Hi scholars, it's Miss Dunn. Today we're going to be writing together, and just like Mr. O'Connor said yesterday, we're going to be starting a new genre of writing. We are going to be writing folktales together. And we know that a folktale is a fiction story, a story that got told over and over again by lots of different people. And sometimes these folktales get written down, where the author writes its own version of the story. And you know that in our reading videos, we have read some Cinderella folktales. So today we're going to be writing our own Cinderella story. And we are going to use this framework to include all of the features in a Cinderella story, to include the main character, villain, event, fairy godmother, lost thing, solution, and happy ending. And it could be that today you've already finished your pre-write because you did it yesterday with Mr. O'Connor. So today your job would be to write your first page introducing your reader to your main character. Or it could be today you're going to be joining me as we brainstorm our main character and then write our first page that matches those details. And we know that a good first page can include lots of different things. It could include introducing your reader to your main character and their name, some identity characteristics, some character traits about that character, and the setting. Today I'm going to be brainstorming my main character, their name, the setting, and one character trait about my main character. And something that you can do if you get stuck on coming up with an idea for a main character is to think about a setting first, and then think about characters that would make sense in that setting. So for example, if I thought about a setting like outer space, some characters that would make sense in outer space could be an astronaut or an alien. Or it could be that you think about a setting like a rainforest, and animals that live in that rainforest could be a main character, such as a jaguar or a sloth. But I think for the Cinderella story that your teachers are collaborating on, our setting is going to be the ocean. So I'm going to be thinking about an animal that lives in the ocean that could be our main character. So I know that a whale lives in the ocean, but I'm not too familiar on how to draw a whale, and I don't want to feel frustrated as I write this Cinderella story because it's going to be so much fun. So, I do know how to draw an octopus. So, okay, my main character is going to be an octopus that lives in the ocean. So now I'm going to be thinking about a name for my main character. And I'm actually kind of inspired by Cinderella's name, because Cinderella's name has the ending sounds in Cinderella. So what if I combined octopus with Cinderella and I make a new name such as Octorella? Yeah, I like that. So I have octopus as the main character, named Octorella, lives in the ocean. And the last thing that I want to include on my first page is one character trait that tells my reader more about my main character. So let's think. What if my main character, Octorella, is mean? That makes sense? Now that I'm thinking about it, I know that in all of the Cinderella stories that we read, the main character is kind, and it's usually the villain who's mean to the main character. So Octorella, my main character, can't be mean. Okay. What if my main character, Octorella, is goofy and silly? Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now that I brainstorm my ideas, I'm going to record them on my pre-write because I don't want to forget any of this. And your pre-write could look lots of different ways. You could record using pictures, words, or a combination of the both, as long as you have all your ideas on your pre-write so you don't forget them as you write your first page. So I wrote Octorella, because that's our main character's name. I decided Octorella is going to be purple, and Octorella is goofy, and goofy is a yellow feeling on the mood meter, and the setting is in the ocean. So now that I'm done with my pre-write, I'm going to write my first page. And your first page can also look lots of different ways because you are also the author and the illustrator of this, so you get to decide. It could be that you use your words to share all of the details about your main character. It could be that you use the words to share some of those details about your main character, and then your picture tells the rest. Really, the choice is up to you. I've decided that these are going to be the words for my first page. Can you read with me, please? This is Octorella, the goofy octopus. So my reader knows by reading my words that my main character's name is Octorella. Octorella is an octopus, and one character trait, that Octorella is goofy. I decided not to include the setting in my words, and I wanted to show it in my picture. So I worked really hard to make sure there was lots of details that would tell my reader that my setting is in the ocean. I drew the water line up here with Octorella in the ocean. I drew the sand at the bottom with some coral reef and another creature that lives in the ocean. I've also decided that I wanted to include my picture that would show my reader that Octorella, my main character, is also goofy. So I drew a picture of Octorella with their tongue sticking out like this, and Octorella's arms waving around, kind of in a goofy, silly way. I've also decided to include a speech bubble, so words Octorella is saying, and you can read it with me. Do you want to hear a joke? So that my reader knows that Octorella is goofy and sometimes likes to tell jokes to be silly. So now that I have my first page done, it's your turn, scholars. Your assignment today is to brainstorm your main character of your own Cinderella story, if you haven't done so already, and then write a first page that introduces your reader to your main character. Of course, if you need help brainstorming ideas, please reach out to your teacher because we love to join you in writing your Cinderella story. And if you want to share your first page, please send a picture or video to your teachers because we'd love to see who your main character is. Have a great day, scholars. Bye.